Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic on a truly horrible day here in the UK. I don't know where summer is. It's departed again and it is foul outside. But I am going to cheer myself up by having a look at a puzzle called Lots of Lavender by GDC, one of the world's great constructors, and it's Fog of War, which is one of my favourite forms of Sudoku. So if you've never seen Fog of War puzzles before, this is a puzzle you can only solve on a computer. Because if you enter in, say I worked out what this digit was and I put it in correctly, it would clear the fog from the surrounding cells. So it allows the constructor to sort of build in layers of logic that you're meant to find sequentially in a very structured way. It really, I love these puzzles. I find them very, very entertaining. And this one's been recommended to us a lot. I feel like I've seen the rule set before. It involves zipper lines, and then these things count sort of parity along the zipper lines. Anyway, I'll read the rules in a moment or two's time, but this is what we're going to be, or I'm going to be, attempting in today's video. Now, I don't have much news for you today. Over on Patreon, we've got Paws Sudoku Hunt, which you all must try. It won't take you too long to solve. It's intended in this holiday month to be a bit of light relief. And we've had I think we're getting up towards 1,000 correct solvers for that, many of whom have never managed to solve one of our Sudoku hunts before. So it's definitely, if you're a newcomer to the channel, it will help your Sudoku journey along its way. But one thing I do have to talk about today is birthdays, because it appears like a lot of clever people were born on July the 6th, and I'm going to start off with one of the youngest, Zenith. Zenith, it's your first birthday today, and I know this because your father Jeremy wrote to us, and coincidentally it's your father Jeremy's 38th birthday today. So Zenith did very well to emerge into the world on his dad's birthday, and I understand, well, probably Zenith won't be having chocolate ice cream cake, but Jeremy will. So Jeremy and Zenith have a very good day today. Next, over there in the Netherlands, it's Thijs's birthday, turning 30. I know this because your girlfriend, I'm going to say Mariah, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but I think it's close to Mariah. Anyway, Mariah wrote to us. I know the two of you now live together, and that has revealed to Mariah just how much Thijs watches Cracking the Cryptic, which apparently is morning, evening, and when he needs to take a break from doing his PhD. And you're getting a chocolate cake today, Thijs, so good for you. I hope you have a great birthday. And then we'll switch over to literally the other side of the world with Leonardo, who has turned 17 today over there in Chile. It's just amazing where this channel gets to from my wet attic. Next, Petra. Petra, you've turned 22 today. I'm not sure where you are, but your boyfriend now, is it Joseph? It looks a bit like it might be a derivative of Joseph, perhaps from, I'm going to say Croatia, somewhere like that, but I could be mispronouncing this and getting the whole etymology wrong. But Petra, I know it's your 22nd birthday, and I know you watch the channel. Thank you for doing that. I hope you get chocolate cake today. Now, this one came in via Twitter. Bill, it's your birthday today, and this was from your mum. It might be Nori, but you never know with Twitter handles, so I may be completely wrong here. But Bill, I know it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And then finally, Andre. Your partners, Gustav and Emily, wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. So, Andre, I hope you have a great day today with lots of cake. Now, let's go on. Let's have a look at Lots of Lavender by GDC. These are the rules of the puzzle. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. The grid is covered in fog. Placing correct digits reveals clues in the surrounding 3x3 area. It doesn't say this, but no guessing is required in Fog of War puzzles. Don't guess. Digits an equal distance to the circled centre of a lavender zipper line sum to the central digit. So we've got a zipper line here. So what this is saying is that add that digit and that digit together, and whatever the sum of those two digits is, write it in the middle of the line. A digit in a yellow circle counts the number of odd digits on the attached line. including itself and the central cell. So this is counting odd digits on the line, and I think this one counts even digits on the line. A digit in a blue square counts the number of even digits on the attached line, including itself and the central cell. Actually, that's made me laugh. I'm not allowed to laugh at this point. I can explain my laugh once I've said let's go cracking. Hang on. Zipper lines only move orthogonally and don't share cells with other zipper lines. Okay, so what does that mean? An orthogonal movement is a movement that crosses an edge. So that movement is not orthogonal, it's diagonal. Whoops. So a zipper line can't move diagonally is basically what that sentence is saying. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And the reason I'm smiling is that aren't all digits, by their very nature, either odd or even? That seems to me to be true. Which means that these two cells, the sum of those two cells, surely counts the length of the line. So I want to say this must be a 3, because these two digits have to be different, but in total they must count to the number of cells on the line. So surely this is a 1 and a 2 in some order. I don't know the order yet. I'm going to have to think about that. But they must be a 1 and a 2, and I must put 3 in the middle of the line. Okay, that was correct. Okay, so what does that mean? How is this working? So this one's counting odd numbers on. Well, if there was only one... Oh, well, if this was odd now... Well, no, hang on. Let's be precise. This is counting the number of odd digits on the line. Now, because the central cell on the line is odd, there must be an odd digit, exactly one odd digit in the two digits on the end of the line. Because they must be an odd. The only way you can sum two digits to an odd number is with an odd and an even digit. So one of these is odd, that is itself odd, that is a 2. Which means that's a 1 by deduction. The line is of length 3. And there is indeed one even digit on the line. It just happens to be in the odd circle. Now, okay, so look, we've got lots of little line segments which are incomplete. So we can use the line tool. If you don't know how to get the line tool up, click the cog icon in the sort of, by the side of the grid, and enable the pen tool. I always have my pen tool enabled. That is my tip for the top. That will allow you to, let's just pick the correct color, to start drawing, extending these line segments for what that's worth. So, which one? Is it this one or is it this one that we've got to think about? This one is counting odd digits on a line of unknown length, and that one is counting even digits on a line of unknown length. Odd digits on a line of unknown length. I'm not really sure how to think about this. So, do you have to think about what digit might be in the middle of the line? Let's think about that. If the digit in the middle of a line is itself odd, then what we discovered from this line is that the number of odd digits on that line is going to be the sort of number of pairs that have to add up to the middle digit. So say the line was of length 5 and the middle digit was odd, then because you need an odd digit in each pair that's adding up to that odd digit in the middle, there would be 3 odd digits on the line altogether, because you'd have to have 2 even digits opposite 2 odd digits to add up to the central odd digit. But if the middle digit on a line is even, then what do you have? You could just have even digits on the line. You must have what you must have then is an even number of odd digits on the line, and any odd digit would have to be paired up. So until you know... So this line is impossible to work out. There is nothing we can say about this, because we don't know whether the middle digit on this line is even or odd. And that very much determines what this can be. So it must be this one. Okay, so yes, there is extra information here, because we know, well, we can see the middle digit, but we don't know whether it's odd or even yet. But if... Oh, hang on. Okay, I'm going to take the low-hanging fruit. This is not a very low number, because these two digits can't include a 1. And they have to be different, don't they? So the minimum they could be would be 2 and 3. So the minimum this digit is 5. I think. Now. Well, no. What I was about to say is such utter not... Well, no, it's not, actually. Okay, I'm going to claim this is not a 5. And the reason for that is how would we construct the line within this box? Because if this is a 5, I've got to put... Oh, hang on. It's not even counting the length of... For some reason in my brain I was thinking it was counting the length of the line. It's not, is it? It's counting the number of even digits on the line. Well, it's totally impossible for this to be a 5. Because that's saying there's 5 even digits on the line. And, well, actually it's interesting. Yeah, okay. Actually, I'm changing tack altogether. I don't think this can be a 5, but I think it's actually easier to think about whether this could be a 6 or an 8, which it can't be. Although, am I wrong about that as well? I'm getting so confused. Hang on. The number of even digits on the line, including itself. Yeah, no, I'm not getting confused. No, it is. This cannot be even. It can't be even. Because, let's just think about this being a 6 for a moment. If this is a 6, it is itself even. And that means there are 5 more even digits that appear on the line. But you can't arrange those 5 even digits. They can't be paired up with each other, can they? So there's always going to be you could have 2 even digits opposite each other on the line. They would sum to an even digit. But you're always not going to be able to pair that final digit off. And what to do? It's going to pair up with an odd digit. And if it pairs up with an odd digit, the odd digit plus the even digit should equal an odd number, which the middle digit is not. So this is not possible. So this is a big number, but it's not even. So it's odd. And that means... I still don't think this can be a 5. Because if this is a 5, what we're saying is there's 5 even digits on the line. But the digit they're summing to is an odd digit. So each pair, these two squares, are going to only include one of those even digits. In order, these will have to be an even and an odd to add up to the odd number. But we need to include loads of even digits. So this line is going to have to grow, isn't it? And then these two squares are also going to have to add up to this odd number, which is 5. And that means the digits that are going to appear in these squares are going to have to be a 1, 4 and a 2, 3 pair. But they can't be, because this is a 1. This is an absolutely fascinating square, actually. It really, I mean, it's absolutely amazing that this is so large. And I don't know. Maybe I'm being astonished by the wrong things. But to me, this is It's absolutely incredible that this is so big. Because now it's got 7 even digits on it, at least. Maybe it just can't be a 9. If it's a 9, it's got 9 even digits on it. But they have to be allocated. Yeah, I mean, the length of the line would be 19 cells long. Because you can only put 1 even digit per pair of digits around the side. Okay, but this is at least 7, so we are growing this, aren't we? We can actually. This is done by design, isn't it? It's look at this. This is, especially in the top row, it's being forced in terms of how it grows. So you have to go there. There's got to be 7 even digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got to go there. 5. It's got to go there. 6. It can't go down, because if it goes down, it's going to be 8 long. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not possible. So it's got to go here. Hang on. How long is it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. Well, this is absolutely mad. That's right, but it's wrong, isn't it? That's impossible. Because if this line... So what I'm saying is if this is a 7, the line is forced to do this because of the geometry of how it must grow. Each pair is going to have 1 even digit on it. But the point I'm thinking about now is, where do the high digits go in the top row? Because this is a 7, I can't put 7, 8 or 9 in this on the line, because once they add up to wherever this line goes, we'll get a number bigger than the middle digit in the thing. So I think, hang on, now we've got to be careful, because I made that deduction on the basis it couldn't join up with that, but this is a 9, I think. It's a 9, and there are now, this line is enormous. It's absolutely enormous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got to be much bigger. It can't join up with this, because we know if it joins up with this directly, at least, it's an 8 length line. So it goes there. 7, 8, 9. No, it's sort of got the wrong bishop's colour to join this line. This line ends in the wrong position. Yeah, okay, so what we do now is we say, okay, I don't know where the line goes, but I sort of do, because I've got to put 9 in the top row of the puzzle. And 9 can't go on its own zipper line and can't go in that square by Sudoku, so this square here is a 9. Oh, this is so clever. GDC, this is quite brilliant setting. That's one of the most, that cell being a 9 is one of the greatest cells I've ever seen in Sudoku, because it's so surprising. I mean, how can that be forced to be a 9? Oh, my phone's buzzing. I don't know. That wasn't the message on my phone. So does that... No, it doesn't mean that's an 8, does... No, it doesn't, because I can absolutely put 8 along the line. Providing it's going to have a 1 opposite it wherever the other side of the line goes. Oh, Sudoku, that's a 9. Oh, okay, so we've got a sort of Z pentomino shaped line which has a strange graphic in the middle of it. It's like one of those, you know, the sport of curling, isn't it? This is one of those targets in curling. Right, so this is a length 5 line, and this is an odd digit, which actually has to, well, it has to be a 4 or a 5 by Sudoku, because there can't be more than 5 odd digits on a length 5 line, and it can't be 1, 2 or 3. Well, it's not 5. It's not 5, because if it was 5, every digit on it would be odd, but 2 odd digits don't add up to an odd digit, so it's 4. At least that one was more straightforward. Oh, well, it's 4, but now those squares and those squares have to add up to 4. Well, these two must be a 1, 3 pair. Actually, for some reason I thought that couldn't be 1, 2 or 3. I was about to say I've broken the puzzle, but I haven't, because that one doesn't see that square. So clearly to add up to 4, this is a number lower than 4. And it can't be 2 or 3. So that's 1, that's 3, that's 1, that's 3. It's just beautiful, isn't it? It is just beautiful. Where's 1 in the top row? It's got to go, well, where's 1 in box 1 is a more accurate way of describing what I was thinking there. Now that 1 is going to have to be opposite an 8. But we don't know where this goes yet. The geometry of this line is a little bit known. And right. Well, aren't those two squares the same number? Is that wrong? Hang on. These are counting the number of odd digits on the same line, so they must be the same number. And how well we know how long the line is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, which must have an equivalent below. So it's a length 9 line. Yeah, and because look at that. Because they're the same, well, these two numbers are the same, but they see between them, that sees 2, and this one sees 1, 3, and 4. So these are at least 5. So they're 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now, if this was odd, then, yeah, okay. If this is odd, then each pair is going to have one odd number in it that add up to the odd number. So these would be 5s, because we'd have one odd number there, one odd number, let's say the line went there, one odd number in that, one odd number in that if it went down there, one odd number in that if it went down there, and the middle digit itself. So if this is odd, these are 5, but if this is even, then the number of odd digits on the line has to be even, because we have to pair them up. Oh, that's gorgeous. Good grief. Right. Okay, that doesn't work. So imagine this was an even number. Then what I'm saying is, any odd number in this in anywhere on the line, in order to add up to the middle even number, must be opposite an odd number. So imagine this was odd, then this would have to be odd as well to add up to that central even number. Now, the problem with that is that would imply that these green cells were either 6 or 8. But how can I put 6, if this is even, how can I put 6 odd numbers? If these are both 6s, I could have an odd number here and say its equivalent was there. These two could both be odd. I could have an odd number here and say its equivalent was there. Those two could both be odd. But that's 4 odd numbers. It's not 6 odd numbers. And there's no more space on the line for additional odd numbers. So these can't be 6 or 8. And therefore, well, I think therefore the full stop, this is an odd number. And once it's an odd number, the length of the line determines how many odd numbers there are on it. These are both 5. This is absolutely brilliant. It is brilliant. So there's a 5 over here by Sudoku. This digit, well, we don't know. We know this is odd. And you know it's more than 5, so we know it's 7 or 9. And this is 2 or 4. And, okay, and the line has gone here. Now the equivalent of that square is that, oh, it's that square. Oh, but the line has to extend. Yeah, and it's not going up here. It's not going into cells that we've revealed, is it? So it must go down. So this square is the equivalent of that square. Well, hang on. Hang on. I can do the thing I did up here. The length of this line is 9, isn't it? Altogether, there are 4 thingies there, a central cell, and then there's going to be 4 thingies hidden under the fog on the other side of the line. So the length of the line is 9. All the digits on the line are even or odd. So these two squares being 5, that must be a 4, because it's counting the even squares on the line, and it is a 4. And right, so the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it's this one is adding up to this one. So that's 3 or 5. And then the last one is, oh, I see. Oh, that's gorgeous. Right. This is one of the best puzzles you will ever see in your lives, honestly. Right. So the whole point here, I think, is that I get this digit. Because, let me explain. We know that these two digits, so I'm going to make this cell yellow. Green and yellow add up to this middle digit here. But this green, therefore, is going to need a yellow on its other side of the line to add up to this number. Now, if this line bends to this position, then this square will be the yellow digit, and it will be in the same column as itself, and that will break Sudoku. So the line extension here is down to this square, which means that this is the yellow digit, which means that this digit is 2 or 4. And now, where do you put 1 in this column? And the answer is there. Well, and the corollary of that is that that squares a 3 by Sudoku, I think. Well, if that's right, because there has to be a 3 down here, and this is the only place it can be. Now, 1, 2, 3, 1, yeah. So 3 plus 4 is equaling 7. So that is 7, which means this is 2, which means this is 2, which means this is 2, which means one of those is 2. If that's 2, this is 7. That looks possible. Okie dokie. So what's this digit then? This is a number that is less than 7. And the numbers remaining that can be less than 7 in the box are 4 and 6, I think. So this number, this isn't 6, because this would be a 1. So I think this is 4, and that's 3. It's not going to clear any fog, unfortunately, because we've sort of cleared the fog from the... Oh, that's 9 by Sudoku. So these squares are 6 and 8. So these squares are 5 and 7. These squares are 6 and 8. We've got more emergent things coming out of the fog. In this column, we've got 6, 7, and 8 to place. So these squares should be 4, 5, and 9. The Sudoku seems to be working, doesn't it? It's just going to be working out what we do. I'm slightly shocked that I don't know where this line goes. Actually, I look at this now and I think, well, where do we go next? What? Okay, there's a 3 down here. There must be some Sudoku, I think, that I'm missing. Because, well, I can extend that. Does that have to join? Does that join up, I wonder? Let me just count this line. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know there's 9 cells this side of this, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, if it does join up, it doesn't join up directly. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has got the right bishop's colour to be a possible extension of this line, and if it was, this would be the opposite of that digit, so that would make this a 2, which looks quite plausible, doesn't it? Chance of a 3 in the corner up there. Here's a point. Where's 9 in the middle box? Now, 9 can't go on the end of a line here, because then the centre of this line, wherever it is, would be more than 9. So I think that's a 9. Which means, well, that's lovely. That means this is a 9, because 9 is now in one of these 3 positions, but we can see that that's extending here. Oh, and so in fact, this line is not joining to this line. I thought these were going to join up, but that doesn't seem to be what GDC has in mind. Now we can't put 9 on the end of a zipper because this would be higher than 9. We can't put 9 anywhere but in the middle of a zipper, so that's a 9. Now these two squares have to add up to 9, and they're not 4, 5, 3, 6 or 2, 7, so this is a 1, 8 pair, which resolves some things over on the other side. Now that digit's knowable, that's a 2. This is good, because now this other line is growing. Now that's a 2, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cells along. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 7 to add up to the 9 in the middle of the line. But now we can get, this must be a 7, and now this must be an 8. This is a 1, this is an 8. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Now, okay, right, so we actually now know the full extent of this line. So it's an absolutely ginormous line, and this square is 1 or 3, and it's not 1, so that is 3. Which means that is 6, this is 8, and this square is 2 or 4 to be opposite the 5 or the 7. That square's no longer 3. Okay. These squares seem to have to include 8, 3 and 5 now by Sudoku. So these squares must include 4, 6 and 7, I want to say. And if they include 4, 6 and 7, this should be a 2. So 2 is in one of 2 places. These squares are 1, 6 and 7. That's not 1, that's not 7. So we're nearly getting chocolate teapotted there. 6, 6 is in one of these 2 cells. And that's on the line. So either side of this 2, there must be a 3 in one of those squares, and I know which one it's in. It's in the bottom one. So that's a 3, which means that's the 6. I can cross out some things here. This is now an 8. This is a 5. That was correct. It did clear some fog. That's no longer a 7, look. Okay, so what's this digit's equivalent? It's that one. So that's 5 or 3. Well, it's not 3, so that's got to be 5. That's got to be 4. Let's clean up the pencil marks. We now know these digits, don't we? So they are 3, 4 and 8. And that's an 8 in the corner. That's what I thought originally, but I don't think it was logical to just write it in. And if these are 3 and 4, well, 2 can't be opposite them. So that must be 7. These must be 6 and 5. We know the order. So 6, 5, 3, 4 go in. 7, 6 go in. 8 must go in this box here. We need a 4 here. 5 here. 7 here. 7 must be opposite 2. That means this square's a 2. Oh, here we go. 8 and 7 mean this square's a 6. So we've got another emergent thingy going on. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to extend either here or here. But I don't know if I know which way it goes yet. There's a 6 at the top here, so this becomes a 7. We need 1, 6 and 7. And so this is 6 or 7. 1, 6 or 7. And these squares are 4, 5 and 8. Can we, oh, I don't know. Can we put 9? We can. Oh, we can't put 3 in the middle of this. It's 3. This is definitely bigger than 3. So 3 we can place, and that's going to clear most of the rest of the fog. Right. So the line did bend to here. Oh, well, there you go. 3 plus 6 is equal to 9. We can do that. Which means 4 and 5 must be opposite one another. So this square is 4 or 5. This square is 8. 8 must be opposite 1. 1, 6. And just to finish off, we can write in, where's 9 in this row? It's got to be there. This is 8, this is 7, this is 7, this is 6, this is 6. These squares are 1 and something, 1 and 9, yeah, 1 and 9, that all goes in. 4 and 5. Oh, hang on. Oh, it could be that, could it? Is that it is deadly. Okay, yeah, so we are going to have to actually work this out. So what's this counting? It's counting odd numbers. Okay, but this is the middle digit is odd, so this should be a 4. Using the principles that I've understood from the puzzle at last, and I think that must be the solution. Let's see. How good was that puzzle? The answer is, that is mesmerizing. That included the most extraordinary digit. Row 2, column 8 in this puzzle takes the biscuit. That is a naked single 9 of the weirdest kind ever is quite extraordinary. It's quite extraordinary to have the vision that you could make fog, and even this little line cell here. That was so important because it stopped the 7 thing bending downwards and gave us the logic about the top row's high digits. I'm going to be absolutely fascinated to read the comments on this one, because I think everybody, if anyone who's tried this puzzle, will know how clever this digit is. It is ridiculous. And GDC, we should be bowing before you today, my friend. Take a bow. That was sensationally good. Lots of lavender indeed. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.